What's going on, family? It's Brother Coasty at IALLG, and today's conversation is all about the flow of power. As we go through life, situations happen, experiences happen, right? The difference between those that reach the great heights of success in their own minds and those that fall below their potential is K-N-O. In that K and O, well, most people might say no, it's not no necessarily. It goes one of two ways, right? Let's go to the board, we'll talk about it. When these situations, these experiences happen, one of two things happen, right? Either a knot is formed or they know. When a knot is formed, it makes knots. And when I say it makes knots, it makes what I call, not what I call, but what's called identity objections, right? It's something like I am not, ... This is key, family. Most people go through their life with identity objections as their core identity. I'm not this, I'm not that, blah, 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 blah. When you go through life like that, it's because you've created a knot. Life is flowing through you, right? And when you don't allow life to flow through you, in other words, you attach yourself to certain things or you attach yourself to an experience, you create this identity objection, and I am not, because you made a knot, just like if this is a river flowing and you grasp right here, you make a knot in the flow. You literally make a knot. And then that becomes your knot. I am not. Or these experiences happen and you begin to know. Know means is short for knowledge. When you break down ledge, it's really ledger, which is the records. So when you begin to know, that means you know the record. In other words, you gain a result. In other words, you gain experience. This is key, family. You gain experience. So now you have a choice presented to you. You can either repeat the same result or repeat the same action and get a similar result because you know the record, or you cannot repeat the action because you don't want that result because you know the record. This is the flow of power. You gain power by not holding on to it. That's the beauty of it, family. You gain power by not holding on to it, because when you hold on to it, you create a knot, which creates a knot, an identity objection. But when you let it go, you let it flow, you begin to know, which is knowledge, which is knowing the record. Okay, family? Knowing the record allows one to tap into the flow of power and to maintain it, because you know what happens. You don't have to hold on to certain things. You know what happens. If I throw this marker up, it's going to come down. I don't have to say it's going to go. Look, I got to make sure I throw it at the right time. Otherwise, it won't. I don't have to hold on to it. I know what's going to happen, so I don't have to be fixated on an outcome, because I know the action I need to do to produce that outcome. I'm not fixated on the outcome. I'm not making a knot. I'm not holding on to the past. I'm allowing the present and the future to be what it's going to be, because that's all that ever is. It's non-attachment. Understanding the flow of power, this is really the essence of life. It's really what you focus on. The essence of life is that subtle, make sure you can see it, yeah. It's the subtle feelings. And I'm not saying feelings such as, your emotional state, but I'm saying feelings in terms of the vibrations that you have throughout your body, right? When you walk into a room and it's not a room you're supposed to be in, you get a feeling. If you walk into a room and it's vibrant and it's loud, you get a feeling. When you're talking to somebody who probably has ill intentions, you get a feeling, right? You have these feelings all day long. In fact, me talking to you, especially if I say something that hits near and dear to your heart, you get a feeling, which is really a subtle vibration, which is really me making contact with your spirit. Our spirits are connecting, and that is the essence of life, the spirit, right? It's the subtle feelings. When you realize that you are spirit, it allows you to understand that you are here to flow. And you begin to know the currents that you flow through. But when you don't recognize that you're spirit, you instead get attached on the flesh, you get attached into the material, and then you believe that the material is all that is you. And so you hold on to these experiences because you see yourself as finite. When you see yourself as finite, you enter into a scarce mindset, and the scarce mindset has you reaching and holding and going on to grabbing onto everything because you think there's not enough. And when you think there's not enough, you hold on, and when you hold on, you make a knot, which makes a knot, which makes the identity objections, which produces this idea of I am not X, Y, and Z. And guess what? You produce your own self-fulfilling prophecies. This is the flow of power. But when you know, you let go. When you know, you let go, and then you flow of power. It's the essence of life. Family, I hope this hit something for you. I hope it did something for you. I hope it helped you see certain things in a particular light or in a particular way. Just let go, family. Let go. I'm going to read some of my notes real quickly because I get them all the time. Like I get thoughts all the time. I got to write them down. Realize this. You are supposed to run concurrent with things, but do not confuse what you're running with that which actually is. Right? So, one moment. All right, so most of the time we have an experience, right? And this experience gives us a feeling or a memory. All right, it gives us a memory. But we experience these feelings, right? And what we end up doing, this is the key thing. This is what separates, again, people who succeed and excel and people who live below their potential or live in mediocrity, is what they do with this feeling. It's a very distinct difference, right? There's a difference between I am versus I feel. Okay? When you run concurrent with your feelings, you say, I feel, I feel sad. I feel happy. I feel peaceful. You don't say things like I am. Because for one, feelings are temporary. Feelings are fleeting. And if you attach yourself to that which is fleeting, you will never be in a very stable space. You won't be in a stable space. Right? And so when you attach yourself to the I am sad, what you're doing is let me see what I put exactly. See, you are making something temporary the current, but you're not running concurrent. That's the difference, family. You run concurrent, which is run with, but you don't confuse it as the current. This is what happens when we have experiences in life. Okay? Cool. This is really the sum it all up, family. To sum everything up in one beautiful line. Feelings are facts. Closely, pay attention. Not truths. This is a big one, family. They're the same, right? Facts and truths. No, they're not. They're not. When I say feelings are facts are not truth, you do in fact feel this. You do feel this. That's a fact. The truth is, it's not you. It's not you. That's the difference. That's the difference, family. You have to detach yourself or disconnect yourself from your feelings, allow them to flow through you and flow out of you, because that's what they're meant to do. You're not meant to hold on to these things, okay? But that's it for today's lesson, family. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was very valuable for you in some way, some form, some fashion. I love you all. This is Brother Kosti at IALLG.com. If you need some help, if you need guidance, if you'd love to get more things like this, I have a book club out right now. It's a professional book club. We'll be having one book review a month, as well as 3 weekly conversational, what I call table topics conversations, okay, all throughout the week. So there's 4 meetings a month. There's actually a lot more in it. I don't want to spill all the beans, but if you're interested, if this sounds like something that you're interested into, go to books.iallg.com. It'll also be in the description of this video, and you could probably hit it somewhere in the link in my bio. With that being said, family, thank you all for tuning in. Peace. This button never stops working.